theme music if it's still running. If it is, if it's not, it doesn't really matter. How we doing, everybody? Tim from Skirex Media headbanging his way into the Saturday night live streaming virtual opera party number 21, titled Shootin' from the Hip. Why is it titled Shootin' from the Hip? Because that's exactly what I'm doing tonight, because my creativity was shot out all week. Writer's block and nothing funny and no good bits and trying to redesign the website and can't figure out what I want to do with that and a couple other things. And yeah, I couldn't really come up with something good for the old virtual opera party topic tonight. So we're going to shoot from the hip, see how the boys' improv skills are. We have two concurrent viewers and one like hanging out here on the old, let me clear this out here. All right, there we go. Pardon that. Two concurrent viewers here on the old virtual opera party. I hope you enjoy it. If you are not one of the subscribers, one of the two people watching, please consider doing that. One of you has already hit like. I appreciate that. The third one. Or now the third person has disappeared, but that's fine too. If you also would, if you can and want to, feel free to join in on the live chat. Join in on the chat. Type some stuff in there. Very easy on mobile devices, not so easy on televisions or other devices such as that. Computers is fine. Mobile device is fine. No, he's not so easy, though, on a television if you're using like a PlayStation or something like that. Do your best, though. Do your best to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And then, go to skirexmedia.com and subscribe there, too. What are we doing here tonight? Well, one of the things we're going to do a little later on, is we're going to do the final drawing for the Indy Pass, giveaway. Doing that old Indy Pass giveaway the last couple days, and got a few new followers out of it, got people who were interested in it, got people who entered to win across all Skirex Media social media pages. And we'll get into that in a minute. I was hoping at least it would bring in a few more viewers here to the old live stream, but it doesn't look like it did. Either that or we're still waiting on a few of the regulars. If they come, I don't know, but we'll see. Hope everybody's had a good week and is having a good weekend. First weekend of autumn, I believe. Or is this the second weekend of autumn? When was the first day of autumn? It was on the 22nd. So, yeah, we're in the first weekend of autumn. The first fall weekend. I hope you all enjoy that. If you're far enough north to watch the leaves change and get outside and deal with the nice, cool weather, that's pretty cool. If not, then I still hope you enjoyed your weekend. How are we doing? We got here 2 viewers. Well, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep BSing for a few minutes. How's that sound before we really get the show started? I try not to go too long. For a lot of people who watch this, they realize that just maybe the intro goes a little too long. But I'm a long-winded person. I'm a storyteller. I'm a talker. That's what I do. So I go and I talk, and I try to give people a chance to get in here. It just went out on social media actually that the show is starting now, so I hope a few more people do jump in. If not, then I'll just talk to... Oh, we had just another one jump out. Hope there's not a second stream going. That would suck. That happened once before. If you were here before, you saw that. People were jumping in late because there was a second stream going. But there shouldn't be a second stream going. This should be the only stream going right now. And it's just you and me. And I did check that to make sure there was only one going. And it appears that this is the only one. So we'll see. We'll see how that's going. So how are you doing? Are you good? Are you planning for your ski trips? Are we still doing that? Are we still planning for that? I hope we are. Because I am starting to plan for mine. Using the Indy Pass, obviously. I'm giving one away. I might as well use one of my own, right? And I plan on it. And I've been looking around. And the wonderful thing about where I live in Vermont is that I can abuse any of 3 passes. Epic, Icon, or Indy. I can abuse them all. There's Trav. What's up, Trav? Another reason I'm off my game. We were on the phone for right up until about the last minute. Gave myself about an hour to prepare for this, so that's good. To get everything set up, the stream going, make sure everything was working. I was having a microphone issue, which I solved, thank goodness. It was just me not paying attention is what it was, so there you go. So as I look, I looked at the passes, and I can abuse, and I've always said, if you're going to buy a mega pass, a multi-mountain pass, man, you better buy the one you can abuse. Meaning at the end of the season, when you add up all your days and then do the math of what it cost you per day, that it starts to cost you less than the average day ticket for the mountains that you are skiing. And for some of those, depending on when you buy it, because the pass price, in the late summer is really cheap, and then it goes up in price. Still really cheap if you can abuse it. I mean, the upfront cost might be a little bit, might be $1,000. A little bit of money there, obviously. But if you can get out 10 to 12 days, that's paid for. And then if you can go 20, 30 plus days, that cost per day starts to go down. And that's really what it's about. And, Epic, Icon, Indy, I can abuse all of them. Indy Pass, 2 days. 2 days at over 50 mountains across the United States and Canada. And even though I'm not going across the United States or Canada, I can abuse the shit out of it. I have mountains within the closest one is 20 minutes away, no problem. And then a ton within an hour, and maybe 2 hours, and then 3 hours. And then if I really want to get crazy, I'll take the ride down to Tennessee and North Carolina and see what's the what. But that might be a bit for another time. That might be a bit for another day, because I haven't decided if I'm going to do that, because that's still months off. I'm not going to want to do that until after the new year. See where the snow is. It should be a good winter. At least I think it will be. See what kind of travel restrictions we got due to COVID-19. And then we'll see if I'm going to head down to Tennessee and North Carolina. Let me get my wire here out of the way. Maybe that'll help. Hell, we have backyards to shred in, and he's not wrong. Travis is not wrong. And that's another bit we might be doing. I might be doing a bit, and I'm sure Travis will take part in it, where you just go up to farmers' houses and ask if we could ski their big cleared hill in the back of their farm. Because they're all over the place around here. They just cleared uphill, and the cows are eating their way uphill. They have these nice big hills that are awesome. And to add to that, haven't figured this one out yet wholly, but might be having an interview from TowPro, the guys who developed the what's up, Scooter? How you doing, brother? Hope you're good. Thank you for joining me. Go get the other guys. Go get Rob and them, if you would, please. I'd appreciate it. They're all late to class. And Principal Tim, Dean Tim, he's going to start handing out demerits, and it's not good. Ooh, there's a bit in there somewhere, I think. TowPro LLC makes portable rope tow systems for mountains, but are releasing a consumer grade one, a consumer level one. And we're going to talk to them about how it works, how portable it really is, and everything like that. It looks really cool. And maybe we'll get one of those in on Ski Rex Media, and then we'll just start pulling up the hills, hiking up, setting up the rope tow, and just up and down all day long. How sick would that be? Tell me it wouldn't be. You can't do it. For the couple of people just joining in, we have not done the Indy Pass drawing yet. I wanted to save it and do it live on camera, but I'm going to do it the way anybody would do it. I'm going to make you wait and sit and listen to me and decide if you like me or not. And then subscribe to the channel and tell you to go follow me on social media and skirexmedia.com and all that other good stuff there. Before we do that. But I have the hat full of names, Star Wars hat, because I'm wearing my Peace and Pow hat. Shout out Peace and Pow, Jumpin' Steve. We might talk to him too about some things he's doing, man. We might have a couple of fun podcasts with interviews coming up. There's another interview I have to email to see if they want to do it. Because after that interview with Rob about Big Snow American Dream, which Travis and I will be at on October 24th, after that interview, I'm a little overconfident. Interviewing has always been my Achilles heel. I've said it before. I'll save it again. Oh, Rob's working tonight. I did not realize that. That's all right. He'll still pop in at some point. He usually does. Rob's working. Alyssa is somewhere looking at cars in Maryland. I don't know if all the regulars are going to be here today. I don't know where they all are, but I am not their keeper. And this one kind of live stream kind of got brought up last minute because I wasn't sure what we were doing tonight. I've been away from the house, away from the old HQ on the past few Saturday here, then we'll do a live stream, then I'll be away, and then there'll be another live stream, and then I'll be away. And Trav and I are still trying to figure out if we can do the live stream from his house on Big Snow Night. Will we have the Big Snow recap live on that night? Because we're not going to get back until, almost 9 or 10 o'clock. and doing it on the road might not be a possibility. We might record something on the way home, but we might not be able to go live. Maybe Instagram live or something. I can't go live on YouTube, and I like YouTube for streaming. I really do. It works well for me, especially, like I said, now that we've fixed the multi-stream issue. We're not crossing the streams, Ray. Now that we fixed that, I really like YouTube for streaming. It works really well for me, for what I do. I'm sure there's more, bigger organizations and bigger names that use other streaming platforms. Some people like Twitch. Come to the Poconos in camp. We thought about that too. It all depends on, and I remember that the camping trip is on 10/24. I remembered it after I booked the big snow day because I didn't write it down. Hello, Rob. I see you snuck in. I knew you would, even if it's only for a few minutes. I remembered after the fact that it was on the 24th. In fact, I think I realized it on a live stream. We were doing the live stream a couple of weeks ago, and I said, hey, that's when Ski Rex Media will start his season on October 24th. And as I was saying, I was like, shit, we were invited to that camp out down there in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, shit. And it's only an hour and a half, I think it said on the maps, from big snow, which is fine. So if we're good, maybe we'll try that. It depends on what time we get done, how whooped we are, what we have to do the next day. We'll see what we can do. That's the problem with double booking. Now you got to figure it out. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And if not, we're definitely skiing this year. I know you boys will sneak up here. I know maybe I'll sneak down to PA. I'm definitely going to be all over New England this year. I plan on skiing all 6 New England states this year. Some would say, how hard could that be? I say I only know of one ski hill in Rhode Island, and I have no idea if they're opening this year. So we're going to check that out. Connecticut will be easy. Mass will be very easy. Maine and New Hampshire. Vermont, New Hampshire, obviously wicked easy. And then Maine actually isn't that hard either. So I'll be getting all 6 New England states. That'll be fun. How about you all? You going to try and get out of the state? I know I was preaching going local because of COVID-19, but everybody seems to be doing better than when I said that. I said that back in April. Get your passes, plan your trips for being local. That way, if there's travel restrictions and any other things, you don't have to worry about it. Or if the planes get weird, you don't have to worry about it. Scooter, he's sneaking out. I know Scooter. I actually told him about the Farm Hill bit, and he was down. He was actually absolutely down. And Scooter's all Indy too. He bought his Indy Pass, entered to win an Indy Pass, but he also bought an Indy Pass. And we're talking, and it's like, I'll see you at Bolton. I'll see you at Magic. I'll see you somewhere. Or if you don't want to come all the way up here, dude, I'm thinking about going to, I'm gonna go to Berkshire East, which everybody thinks is awesome. I'm following Scooter, except he skins up the hill. Well, that's why we're going to try and get us one of those there portable rope tows, and then we'll be doing it. We'll absolutely be doing it. Come to Shawnee Indy Pass, right? Maybe I'll shoot down there. I'll gather up Cooter and we'll get in the old Timboggin 2.0 and we'll head down there, man. The Timboggin is ready and raring to go. I got a few things to do to get it ready for winter, but I'm going to do them. I really should do them soon because I think winter's going to hit anytime now. Oh, the stream dropped. Oh, it's back. Okay, good. I don't like when the stream drops. Shawnee's on the Indy Pass, so Ski Rex Media might be doing a day at Ski Shawnee down there. Been near it, never skied it, but been near it in my travels around Pennsylvania. And I've seen a lot of Pennsylvania, believe me, from Amish country to everything in between New Jersey and Amish country to everything up north all the way up. One time we came in through Binghamton, New York into Pennsylvania. So we were all over the place in the state of Pennsylvania. Believe me, I've seen a lot of it. And, maybe about a third of it. Let's say a third. Not a lot, but a third. And I'll be willing to go down there and ski, man. I think it'll be a good time. And then you guys can sneak up here. Like I said, Berkshire East. You don't have to, it's only in Massachusetts. Catamount. It straddles the New York border. Connecticut. Mohawk Mountain. I'm going there. And then there's a couple of indies in New York State, too. I think actually there might only be one. Yep, Greek Peak. Thank you for reading my mind. That's it. And that's 5 hours from me. And 5 hours for me, I ain't shit, dude. I like a good road trip. I will drive. 5 hours, shit. I will drive out in the morning, ski all day. Well, all right. 5 hours is pushing it. 3 hours I've done. Back when I lived in New Jersey, I would drive out to the Poconos. That was about 3 hours. Go to Camelback or Blue Mountain or whatnot. And then, I would go to Hunter up there in the Catskills, and that was about 3.5 hours. Ski all day and then drive back the 3.5 hours to New Jersey. The beautiful thing about it is if you go on the right time of day, traffic isn't that bad. But going south into New Jersey at near 5 o'clock, without it being, with it being a weekday, that sucks. Doing it on a Sunday isn't bad. Doing it on a weekday sucks. 4.5 for Rob, 6 for Scooter. Yeah, it's about 5.5 for me. But I'll make that trip and I'll drive back that night, man. I'm good with that. I don't mind. Skied Killington and drove 8 hours home once. So there you go. More than doable. I'm not young anymore, but I'll do it anyway, especially if I take a friend to talk to. That'd be fine. But then again, it's the 21st century. As long as you're on an interstate, there should be cellular phone service, and then you always have a friend to talk to in the car, especially if you can use the Bluetooth and it's on the car stereo speakers, and it's almost like they're sitting there without them actually sitting there. And I'll just call up people and be like, hey, what's going on? Plus, I also want to do the road trip recaps or the road back recaps or the ride back recap, whatever I call it, for trips this year, because I plan on skiing a lot. Mostly for Ski Rex Media, but that's still fun, and I'll probably do some fun stuff too. After all, let's see here. Skied Hunta, drove up and back the same day. Yeah, see, so totally possible. Totally possible to do that. 100% possible. Have done it. Will do it again. Definitely plan, like I said, I have that Indy Pass, and I plan on hitting all 6 New England states, upstate New York, and then maybe driving down to Tennessee and North Carolina. Now, those two, let me tell you, if those trips are even possible, I don't know if I can do them, but I want to exploit my Indy Pass as much as I can. Why? Because I already have one that we're going to give away. Got that from Indy Pass. They're very nice people. They said, hey, how'd you like an Indy Pass? I was like, well, I paid for mine, but I'll take another one and try and drum up some followers and some eyeballs on me, and so everybody knows Ski Rex Media, which it did do, and not a lot, but enough to be hopeful. And they're very nice people, and I would love to work with them more, and that may happen next winter. So I want to hit as many of their little Indy Mountains. Plus, Indy Mountains are awesome anyway. They're not going to have the traffic that everybody else does. Likely they won't have that, the big, issues that, because mountains are going to fill up. Mountains are going to fill up this year, with limited capacities and people fighting for reservations, and then, pass holders, whatever each mountain may be doing. The little guys are going to be where it's at. So that's where I'm going to hit, man. Plus, it was $200. $200, man. I have to use that 4-5 times, and it's paid for itself 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times, and then it's paid for itself. And then 6 times. That's just using my 2 days at Suicide 6, Bolton, and Magic, and then everything else is like free, kind of. So I'll be doing that for sure, and I'll be doing 2 days here, 2 days here, and I'd like to do a big road trip. Like I said, I'd like to hop in the old Timboggin and ride on down to Tennessee and North Carolina. The thing is, that's 15 hours. That's 15 hours one way. I really don't think I have it in me to drive 15 hours overnight, ski the next day, and drive back. That would be brutal. That would be brutal even back when I was young to do by myself. In fact, I wouldn't be able to do it. That'd be staying awake for like 3 days straight. I couldn't do it. I would like to drive down the 15-hour road trip to Tennessee, pit stop halfway in PA, if might do that anyway. Stop halfway in PA, and just go that way. Hit it on the way back. But on the way down, the way I would like to do it. The way that Ski Rex Media south of the Mason-Dixon trip would drive down one day. Because I don't mind doing a straight 15-hour drive with no sightseeing. That's a trip too. Like, I prefer doing short drives, like maybe 6 hours a day, but that gives you plenty of time to sightsee and stuff. But because this has purpose, or at least a specific scheduled purpose, a specific schedule, I should say. Drive all the way down to Tennessee one day, boom, sleep, get up, ski Obergatlinburg, do all that, boom. Probably that night stay there. The next day, because Catalucci's not that far from there, get up early, drive out, ski Catalucci all day, sleep that night down there in North Carolina, boom, and then head back up over 1 or 2 days. Depending on how I feel, add a pit stop, and then it's like going to PA, ski, we'll see what the schedule looks like to that, and then skiing the next day, sleeping and heading back. So it could be a trip. It could be a pretty good sized road trip, depending on how it's done or how we do it or how I want to do it, whatever. Indy resorts in West Virginia and Virginia also. There are those in West Virginia and Virginia. Now the reason I picked the ones in Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Snowshoe is there. In West Virginia. Snowshoe's West Virginia, right? Or is that the Virginia? I get Virginia and West Virginia mixed up. I've been to both several times, but, well, that's not true. I've been through West Virginia, and only that part between Pennsylvania and Ohio where, what's that town in West Virginia? Like, it's like that big, and you just go through, and you're through into Ohio in like 5 minutes. You Pennsylvania guys know where I'm talking about. What was I saying here? Yeah, Snowshoes, West Virginia, not Indy. Wait, I thought it was. Oh, Wintergreen is that one. I get them confused. I can't remember everything, and Lord knows I can't remember anything. But Wheeling, West Virginia, that is the town, see? Yes, been through there several times on my various road trips across the country. Definitely, the reason I picked Obergatlinburg in Tennessee and Catalucci in North Carolina to do a long road trip is because of the Indy Pass East Mountains. Those two are furthest away. So I thought, you know what? That could be a trip and a half. That could be fun. They're the only ones that are 15 hours away. Like, even getting down into West Virginia would take 10 at the most, and I think that's with traffic. I don't know. I figured it out. I don't have it written down anymore. It's a shame. I do have it saved on my computer. I should have pulled that up. I didn't think I'd be talking about it. But that's the wonders of a completely improv show. Shooting from the hip, baby. Could have killed you, dick, but I don't want to kill you. I want to eat, or in this case, drink. Anyway. So that's why I picked those to do a long road trip. But heading into, West Virginia and the Virginia mountains, that might be fun too. The what is that in West Virginia? That's in Massanutten. Is that how you say that? That's how it's spelled. Those resorts in North Carolina, Tennessee have the elevation of New Hampshire and Vermont resorts, and higher, actually. I think Catalucci's peak is like 5,000 feet. I'm your Huckleberry. You can be a Huckleberry, man. I know a little bit about Doc Holliday. Believe me. I was there. I was at the OK Corral. Not when it happened, obviously, but I have visited Tombstone. It's a very cool place. But that was a different movie altogether. I did Young Guns. That is from Tombstone. So there you go. See, I can't remember a goddamn thing. Gotta run, guys. Catch the replay. Thank you, Mr. Rob, for joining us for a few minutes and talking about resorts and road trips. I'm telling you, man, I want to go to the two furthest away, and it's true, man. North Carolina and Tennessee have those high elevations, up to 5,000 feet, and we all know how I do with elevation. I think I can take 5,000 feet. I have before. I'll just be stocking up on ibuprofen on the way down, sleeping as best I can, and we'll see how I feel the next day, and we should be all right. At least at the bottom, their peaks are at 5,000. The base lodges are not. Yeah, Catalucci's up there, man. That's a high one. It's why they do so well. It's why they've been open first on the East before, I think. They were open first last year on the East. Definitely not the first in the country, but the first in the East. They beat Killington by a little bit. Not a lot. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough. I think it was like a day, actually. But yeah, man, they're up there. And I've been through those mountains before. I've been through the old Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee and into the the Blue Mountains, I think, that go up through North Carolina. I've been there before, man, and they can get high, and you feel it in the wind. Are you car camping on this trip? No, I plan on being a wuss and getting a hotel room. I have. So, since Ski Rex Media is also about RVs and campers and bus life and van life and travel life as well, sometimes we need extra stuff to talk about in the summer. In the summer and even now in the fall, ski related news is slow, and even I have trouble coming up with stuff to talk about and write about. If you hadn't noticed on this past week, the written content's been slow, man. And even I'm not interested in some of it. I'm like, dude, this is not worth talking about. We already know this. Everybody, all the other ski media outlets keep putting up, this mountain's announcing what they're doing for COVID season. This mountain's doing what they're, announcing what they're doing for COVID season. Like, they're all doing the same friggin' thing. They're all doing the same friggin' thing. Few small details. Some are having reservations, some are not. Some are having parking reservations, some are not. Some are doing whatever their states say, and some are not. But generally, it's wear masks, stay away from people, you're riding lifts alone, park early, use the bus if it's open, and you have to bring your own sandwich unless they have food trucks or outdoor dining. That's really what it comes down to. But, and I know I should do it because it is a story. That's why they're doing it. It's getting eyes on your website and all this. But, man, it's like, we know this. We know this stuff. It's all the same. And if you're not sure, call your local mountain, your home mountain, the one you plan to go to, or use their website or social media to figure out what they actually have going on. And then take your trip. In any case, that's what I was getting to before I went on that rant, is that Ski Rex Media does talk about travel, and especially car travel and road tripping, because I like those things, and RVing. I have thought about taking the Timboggin and building it into a micro camper, complete with heat. I've thought about this, and I was gonna do it because it's not a lot. I just have to take the back seat out of my car, and it's very easy. It's very easy to do. My car is very modern. While some things are a pain in the ass to do to it, under the hood, the interior, I could rip that down in no time. Well, not so much if I want to get at the stereo. That's a bitch, but taking out the seats is very easy. I could flatten that out with some plywood, be very easy, and then figure out a way to heat it. Batteries, or, I could even, if I really wanted to, put a small diesel heater in it. It's not a lot of work. Finding a place that would work might be a little bit of a trick, but I could do it. Turn my car into a 2-seater, car camp it. Or just end up buying a very high-end, four-season or winter sleeping bag that goes down into like the rated for negatives, just to be on the safe side, rated for negatives. I could do that, but I think I'm going to wimp out, man. Absolutely. And a couple reasons. One, I don't know if I'm going to do the car as the micro camper because I have an idea to build something bigger. And once I get that done, that's going to be big enough where I might even be able to put a Ski Rex Media mobile studio in it. So I'll be live streaming from friggin' everywhere. But if I'm doing that, then I don't need the car to do it. And I do kind of want to make the car a 2-seater anyway for the extra trunk room because it is a small car. But it's going to be cold. It's going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to be skiing. I'm going to want to feel comfortable and good for the day. I'm just going to wimp out, be a diva, and hit hotel rooms. In fact, I've already checked I've already checked my go-to when I travel are the Hilton travel properties, Hampton Inn, Hilton Garden Inn, those kind of things. And there's Hampton Inns right next to both Ober-Gatlinburg and Catalucci. So I'm ready and raring to go. My trip is planned, and it's a 15-hour shot straight down. And that 15 hours, mind you, I could shave it if I wanted to go really early in the morning and try and get down south of Richmond, Virginia on the 95. But that's a bitch, and that's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to go out and around New York and Baltimore and DC and Richmond and all the stuff in between to beat that traffic. Because if you're like me, you've driven the I-95 and you know that is a pain in the ass. You know what Gatlinburg has? I think it's Gatlinburg. They have one of those lifts. You don't see this often. Ever, actually. Like in gondolas more, but you don't really see it often anyway, is the chairlift goes up. The one chairlift goes up, and at mid-mountain you can jump off or you can keep riding. You don't see that much. It's unique. I want to see one. I've never seen one in person. I've just never have, and I've definitely never ridden one if I haven't seen one in person. So I want to get on this chairlift, ride it halfway, get off, come down, and then ride it the whole way. I think that'll be fun. It's a nice little mountain. It's small. It has a handful of trails. Not a lot of varied terrain, but enough to keep you busy for the day, and it has lights, so you can ski well into the night. Although some mountains, I don't think on the Indy Pass, and this is mountain specific, so I would actually, like I said, if you're unsure about something, contact the mountain directly via their website, phone, whatever. I'm not 100% sure if your Indy Pass, the day it covers at this mountain, covers the night session. So I don't know if on an Indy Pass you can ski from lifts opening till 10 o'clock at night. I think you can only do evening, day session or afternoon into evening session. I think, but I'm not 100% sure, and I think that's mountain specific. So I'm going to have to check at Bolton. I'm going to have to check it, like Pat's Peak, I think, has night skiing. I'm gonna have to check it a couple places because I'd like to get out. I mean, I'm not keen on being outside in the woods at night. I'm not really, but I do enjoy night skiing when there's people around and stuff. So I definitely want to be doing that, and I hope everybody else wants to do that too. It's gonna be good. Plus night skiing, that's a good date night, man. So I walk up to some girls like, hey, how about we go take some runs this night, you snowboarding fine girl. And she'll be like, sure, let's do that. And there you go. There's your date. Screw going to dinner and the movies. Go take night runs. Trust me. Not that there's any single people in here. Well, no, only me and Trav. Scooter is not. So there you go. And I think I'm only talking to the two of you tonight. And yet I still might make the hour. You never know. We still haven't done the old drawing for the giveaway, which not only am I going to announce here, but as soon as I'm done, I'll go put that on social media as well. And we will see who's skiing with us on the old Indy Pass Mountains. And like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to plan the road trips. I'm excited to maybe get that road trip down to Tennessee and North Carolina. I'm excited to come down to PA. I'm excited to ski everything, all the states in New England, the 6 states of New England. Although, like I said, I don't know if Yawgoo Valley, I think that's how it's pronounced in Rhode Island, YAWGOO, is opening this year. I would assume so. I don't really know how much snow Rhode Island gets. When I was a little kid, and we lived in Connecticut, my father was in the Navy. We were stationed in Groton, Connecticut. We got snow each year, and I remember it being pretty consistent. Not a lot at any given time, but consistent. We had snow days off from school, something that kids are going to not have anymore with online learning and remote learning and things like this. But, that town is spitting distance from the Rhode Island border, and so I'd assume the snow is about the same. And, there are higher up places. But I don't know how much snow Rhode Island really gets. So if that place is open, then I will be hitting it, but it's not on the Indy Pass. Scooter, Black Mountain, New Hampshire, and Cannon. Don't forget those. Yes, true. Black Mountain and Cannon. I know Cannon has night skiing, I think. I don't know about Black Mountain. I've never been there. I didn't even know it was there until I went to buy an Indy Pass, and I was looking at the mountains being very, seeing what's all and how far. I was like, Black Mountain, New Hampshire? I've never even heard of that place. But apparently it's got a pretty good following. Like, people really enjoy it, and I know that's kind of stupid to say because every mountain has a locals following or even some kind of bit of fandom. Like, every mountain has its group of real hardcore fans, real diehard fans. But Black Mountain seems to have this vibe that people really, really like it, man. And I'm ready to check it out. I will absolutely check it out. It'll be great. And that one is actually only not even Black Mountain. I think is less than an hour and a half from here. So that's what I was saying before. Nothing, Cannon's a little further. That's closer to 2 hours. Um, Black Mountain, though, I think is under 2 hours, and so is Pat's Peak. Pat's Peak is only an hour from here, so there you go on that. Very cool little place, throwback vibe. I like that throwback vibe, man. That's one of those things I liked when I was hanging out over at Whaleback, the closest ski mountain to the Ski Rex Media HQ at under 20 minutes, where Suicide 6 is the second closest. I do not count Ski Queechee, because that technically is the closest ski area. But I don't even know when it's open. To be honest, I don't know. I don't even know if they are opening this year. I have no clue. I know they have a quad and a surface lift, and that is it, and like 5 trails or 8 trails. So I don't count it. Whaleback, I count, and I was over there doing, talking to people, and I did a whole write-up about World Snow Day, which will probably not be a thing this year worldwide because of COVID-19 restrictions. So, but I was over there, and they have a wicked old school vibe over there at Whaleback too. That place is awesome. As long as they open up, I'm going to hit that place up too. They are not on Indy Pass, but I think they should be. I talked to them, man. They're very independent. They run a nonprofit model. They run nonprofit over there, and it seems to work for them, and shoot, sorry, I'm trying to take notes at the same time. I know that must get tedious when I do that. For the clips, the clips for later on, in the week. But Whaleback, it looks pretty legit. Their lodge is pretty decent, and they had just done all this work to it. It looked great. The people there were great. The people who run the mountain were great. A lot of fun over there. Their terrain looks no joke. Like, it looks like a couple of those trails, you got to know what you're doing to come down them. But I only saw them from the bottom, and it looks different, from the bottom than it does from the top. And when you're actually riding the trail. I think we're just down to Trav and Scooter and me. You get your guys. You guys are getting your own private show, man. This is the fucking Champagne Room show. Damn, that'd be a good bit, too. Anyway, check out Whaleback if you have the opportunity. I'm going to check it out. Closest mountain to Ski Rex Media headquarters. And I want to check that place out too. And I talked to them about that. I was like, why don't you get on the Indy Pass? They are on, what's that one that the Dartmouth Skiway's on? What is that called? The Freedom Pass? Is that one? I think so. I think it's called the Freedom Pass. And the Freedom Pass isn't actually a pass, if I remember correctly. It's an add-on. So when you buy your season's pass to like Whaleback or Dartmouth Skiway, or that place down by Keene, Freedom Pass, thank you. I was talking to that guy from Lot. What's the one down by Keene? It's just past Keene. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, you buy, I think that one, correct me if I'm wrong, if you buy a season pass on one of those, you can add that on, and then you get days at all those other ones. I will be checking out Dartmouth Skiway at some point. That's not far from here either. That's like 40 minutes, I think. But the only reason it's 40 minutes is because you got to go off-road for that thing. And I don't mean like bouncing down, trails that my car shouldn't go down. You need a truck. I mean, from here, I would get up on the interstate. I drive up to exit, whatever it is. It's 2 or 3 exits up from here. Then you get off, you go through a little town, and then you keep going into New Hampshire. And the pavement stops at the Dartmouth Skiway. And there's no cell service up there, and you're just out in the middle of nowhere. But the mountain setup is kind of cool. Like, the base is actually on both sides of the road, so you can go up on this side of the road, or you can go up the hill on this side of the road, I think. It's very cool. Want to check it out. Obviously, Dartmouth Skiway is part of Dartmouth College, so there's going to be college girls. I know, you're too old for college girls, Tim. Ugh! Don't remind me. Love me, my college girls, man. That's a joke. I'm not a womanizing pig. I'm just a pig. So I will be checking out Dartmouth Skiway as well. I plan on skiing at least twice a week. I think I can do it with Ski Rex Media. It might take a toll on written content, but it will also mean that video production and social media content will go up. Doing the recap videos. Maybe setting up and doing the, with a pink bottle. Yeah, man. What's wrong with the pink bottle? They come in all colors, man. I don't see color. Look at that. I got a gray one too. Pink bottles, all right, man. I could, man. I almost said something really foul. I'm not gonna say it, but I was gonna. See, I can't. Look. Sometimes, even I have to admit that. Is this very ASMR right now? Is that what this like? You've seen those women over on YouTube and stuff. They do that. They talk real soft, and they do things and all this. But I have to admit that sometimes my sense of humor is the same as that as a 14-year-old, and it almost comes flying out. And I have to check myself because some of that stuff, while kids might think it's funny, probably is just dirty. And dirty doesn't always mean funny. Don't forget that. I'm not a comedy a professional, but I do know some of the rules, and that's one of the ones I know. Thirsty tonight too. Not like a thirsty person, but in a naughty way, but thirsty for water. So anyway, keep an eye out for Skier X Media because things might be changing up to a little different format just so we can actually make the ski part a little bit more legitimate this year. Being out on the hill. I'm not a trickster by any means. Don't look for me doing cool park videos where I'm doing, 540 cork backflip shit off of jumps and rails and boxes and shit because I don't do that. I just ride and talk about it because that's what I like to do. I like to ride and I like to hang out with my friends, and that's what I do now. I don't even know if I'm going to be hitting trees this year. I got to get back into it, man. This is my return year. This is my comeback year, man. This is my minor league year. Like, I need some time to work it out, baby. Like, that first day down there at Big Snow is going to be ugly. Let me tell you, me and Trav are going to be looking ugly. Our friend Mike is going to be there, who lives in New Jersey, part of the New Jersey contingent. He's going to be looking ugly. I know he hasn't gone in a while. It's going to be bad. It's going to be 41-year-old men just looking like a mess. It's just going to be horrendous. Well, I'm 41. They'll still be 40 for another month. But you know what I mean. Not even a month, like 2 weeks. But you know what I mean. So it's going to look ugly. So I want to get the ugliness out before we get out there because, squat and lunges. Squats and lunges, man. I do the squats, man. Dude, let me ask you all something. Now, I don't talk much about the workout part of this because I don't know what I'm doing. But I have been doing the squats, and I've been skipping rope as much as I can. I love using the jump rope. It's a wonderful thing. Great calorie burner. Good for the legs, the whole body. Jumping rope is great. I was doing the squats the other day. Just hanging out, trying to, beef up the legs and the glutes a little bit. And every time I went down, my knee would pop. Yeah, like I was like, oh my God. Like, what is that? Why? Now you say, Tim, don't you have bad knees? Yeah, but not like that. So we're going to see. We're going to test those knees out. Something fierce come wintertime, like especially like Big Snow the first day out and going out to, all these Indy Pass mountains and whatever I can hit here in the Vermont. Like I plan on sneaking a couple days at these other mountains because some of these mountains, man, they'll hook you up with a media ticket, give you a day ticket if you're part of the media. And I'm like, well, shit. Get down to Mount Snow for a day, Stratton for a day, maybe over to Killington for a day. Would love to go to Killington again. I love that mountain so much. I might even simp a little bit on that mountain. Let's see here. Might want to get a good knee brace. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm always, like, at the very least, my right knee is always wrapped every time I go. At the very least wrapped. But now my left one's going too. Is Tim going to be able to tough out the season? Is COVID-19 going to take me out of the season, or am I going to take myself out of the season? Interesting. We don't know, and I don't know. But that's part of the fun, dude. It's going to be fine. I make a lot of jokes, a lot of self-deprecating humor about these things, and I know some people say, yeah, you shouldn't do that. It's not right. I'm just fucking around. You know that. I'm just fucking around. And, it'll be fine. You know, it's like riding a bike. Am I a little scared to do it for the first time in years? Yes, I am. I absolutely am. But Ski Rex Media is part of my grand return to the stage, and I'm going to return, and Trav is going to return with me, and you guys will see me out on the old Indy Pass mountains. So let's do that. Let's do that here, because, you know, we're about 3/4 of the way through the show. It's 8:45. Take my handy-dandy fancy Star Wars hat, which I did wear to the last 3 movies in the theaters. No moguls. No, definitely no moguls, man. Definitely not doing moguls. That's a game for other people. If I strengthen up and think I can do them, I'll try it, but I don't want to do it. I'm good. And maybe, like I said, I might do a little park riding, but it'll be like boxes or the big wide rails. And I've never successfully ridden a rail or a box. I've never successfully done it. So if I feel like just taking myself out for the season, maybe we'll just go do some park riding and just finish the job. All right. So we're going to do this live on camera because I want to make sure that you all know that I am on the up and up. There's not a lot of names in here, so they are mixed up pretty good. Boom. And we're going to pick the Indy Pass winner. There's only 3 people on here to see it. One of them's probably only here for that. So let's see what we got here. Boom. Here's the name. This person is one of the Instagram followers. Now, I had people from all 3 social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, jump onto it. You guys all saw it. Well, Trav, you didn't see it because you don't use social media. It was pretty simple, though. Make sure you're a follower of Ski Rex Media. Like the post, tag 3 of your friends so they see it and it pushes it and more people see it. And then you'll be entered to win. Pretty simple, right? Pretty straightforward. This person is R Harty, Arehrt from Instagram. I wrote it down on my little piece of paper so I could pull it. I don't know if you'll see it, but it's right there. That is the Indy Pass winner. So that person will be hitting the Indy Pass mountains. And I don't know if they're a Vermonter or not, if they'll be up here skiing with me, or if they'll be skiing the Southern Mountains, or they'll be skiing the New Hampshire Mountains, or where they'll be skiing. But I will make sure that goes out as soon as I'm done. That's crap. What's crap? Which part is wait, what are you talking about? That's crap. But that you didn't see it? You knew I had them. You knew before anybody that I had them. Just about anybody, I think. I think you were one of the first people to know. And that I was giving it away. So we have our winner for the Indy Pass. And I will let the world know as soon as we are done here, that the Indy Pass has been drawn and somebody won it. And that's pretty cool. And then we're going to go back and do another merch giveaway. I haven't decided which part of the merch I'm going to go into. Maybe we'll do shirts. Did a hoodie. Scooter got his when he won the merch giveaway for the hoodie. Alyssa got hers. She hasn't posted a picture of it yet, but I do know she has it. And there's the third person who I may have to reach out to and see if they received theirs in the mail yet. Ski Rex Media, man, we're trying to get you as ready for the winter as I possibly can. It's not much, but I try because I am still small, and we're going to work on that. We're going to push and see if we can't get a little bit, maybe we'll get some corporate backing, man. Maybe we'll get some corporate backing. Maybe we'll get Hilton on board as a sponsor, and I can stay there for nothing when I go to Tennessee and North Carolina. Wouldn't that be something? Maybe we'll get Love's on board. Love's Truck Stops. My preferred truck stop brand. I don't stop at TNA or Pilot or any of that shit. Love's, baby. Let me tell you, you're going cross country, that's where you want to stop. Maybe I can get them on board for something. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, now that we did that, that was a little bit more anticlimactic than I thought it would be. I really didn't have a bit for it. I'm just hoping that this person will enjoy it and be able to really get out there and abuse it a little bit. And, they got out there for nothing. So even if there is COVID closures, they won't be out anything anyway. They'll be taken care of. And that'll be good, man. I hope it works out. Because like I said, I plan on enjoying mine. I plan on going everywhere. Scooter will enjoy his. We'll all just hit the Indy Mountains, and the farmers will go hit the old farmland and see if they got them farmers' daughters in there, and we'll talk to them too. farmersdaughters.com, and we'll check that out too. What do you say? So, how's it so far? Shooting from the hip, going all improv. How is it? We enjoying the show? I think we are. A little bit of interaction. I think we've had a good time here. I'm ready. I'm telling you, I'm thinking it's going to snow earlier rather than later this year. I don't know why I have this feeling. I was talking to Jumpin' Steve from Peace and Pow. Now, you know a little bit about Peace and Pow. If you don't, check them out. peaceandpow.com, Peace and Pow on social media. One of my followers on social media, so if you really can't find it, you should be able to click somewhere on who follows me, and you'll be able to find it. And good old Jumpin' Steve, he runs that joint, and he says to me, he thinks, also that's where I got my hat, my blue hat. He says he thinks, he feels it too, like there's something in the air. You can feel it in your bones, man. Scooter, we need a big snow year. Yeah, man, we really do. Especially up here in New England. Very drought-y up here this year. A big drought going on right now. But, man, beyond that, I would love it to snow. And I think it's going to hit. I mean, there are places are saying it. The NOAA has said, big chance of La Nina. And if that happens, there's going to be snow. Direct weather on YouTube. That guy has said, it's going to be snowy here. I think the almanacs have said it's going to be snowy here. The West might be dry, but New England will not be, I think. And it's going to be cold, and it's going to be snowy. And yeah, in a practical sense, that might suck, but I'm not looking at the practical sense. I'll get me some snow tires and some chains, and I'll do it. I'll tear it up. And I'm going to hit a few mountains, like I said. I think it's going to be good. I can feel it. I just feel it. I feel like during the quarantine time, earlier in the year, when every state had like lockdowns or stay-at-homes or please don't go outside, and we're closing businesses, and everybody was off for a few weeks and months. People, there were a lot of scientists out there and a lot of professionals and a lot of specialists who said, man, the air and everything is clearing up pretty quick. It's clearing up pretty fast. Like, the atmosphere's taking care of itself. The earth is cleaning itself up. But that's how the earth works anyway. Believe me, once the earth gets sick of humanity, that's it. They're going to shake us off like fleas off a dog's back. But that was really dark, I know. But the point is, some of these professional specialist scientists said, damn, we might get a good winter with everything being cleaned up. Like, it might bring on more snow. It might be like a small, not a reversal, but like a break from the global warming. And again, who the hell knows which one of these scientists is right? I never know. Mainstream media is a pain in the ass. We all know that. And so who the hell knows what's right? But I want to believe it, and I feel it. I feel it coming, man. I feel the winter coming. It's going to be good. I hope it's good. I would love it if it was good. So we'll see. I'm excited to see. And like I've said before, right now, SkiRx Media headquarters is in a valley. So it's not going to be as much like as it is in the surrounding mountains, 35 miles to the west is Killington. That's one of the reasons I'm there so much, because it's so close. And, where it might be raining. I saw it last year right before the winter ended, we had those few rain days. While it was raining here, it was snowing up there. And it's true, the elevation is much different. I'm only like 200 feet above sea level. Killington's base lodges are anywhere from 1,300 to 2,200 or whatever it is above sea level. So absolutely. That cold spell was an eye-opener. It was. That cold spell just came out quick. It's just a little nudge, a little goose in the backside to say, hey, it's autumn and I'm here. And it was 80 today. It's going to be 80 tomorrow, probably 80 the next day. But by midweek, man, it's going to be back down to 60 as a high. And like I know, it's all down temps from there, man. It is all down temps. And it's going to be something. It is going to be something. I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be cold if nothing else. And that's fun, too. Let me tell you something. I don't complain about the weather a lot, but even I was getting tired of the heat and humidity there for a minute. and then living in that desert really ruined me. I don't have the cold tolerance that I had, and I don't have the humidity tolerance that I had. Like, there was a time, you guys know this, Trav knows this, he's a New Englander. Scooter, you know this, the part of Pennsylvania you're from, man. You build up a tolerance to the cold. And I remember when I was a cigarette smoker and I first moved to New Jersey, and I remember I would go outside in the middle of winter, in the middle of the night. I was an overnighter, and I'd be sitting on the curb with the smokers who would all be huddled together in their coats and everything. And I'd be standing out there in a t-shirt just hanging out. And they're like, dude, are you not cold? I'm like, I mean, it's cold, but I'm fine with it. Because New Jersey gets pretty cold too. But I had been in colder, absolutely been in colder living here, growing up here, man. And just, it was something else to be able to do that. It was a wonderful thing. And Trav and I, we know when we worked at Mount Snow, we would be taking our lunch breaks out in the back porch, not putting jackets on and stuff. And that's at the Summit Lodge at the top of the mountain at Mount Snow. It's freaking cold, man. And it didn't bother us. Did not bother us. And, now, after living in the desert for only a year and a half, it ruined me. I got back here the first summer I was here, the summer of 2017, which wasn't a hot summer anyway. In fact, the day I got back to Vermont was May 8th, and it was snowing on my way back. I wore shorts twice. And only because I didn't feel like doing laundry. I was cold all summer of 2018. Cold. Because I had just come back from a year and a half in the desert. A warm planet, Annie. That's where I was. I had just come back. And man, it was something. And now I haven't built that back up. But the other thing is you can say, well, that heat out there is pretty brutal. And it is. But it's the dry heat that people talk about. And that's legit, man. That's not a joke. People think that's a joke. It's not a joke. It's real. Having the humidity gone is a wonderful thing. 90 degrees is fine with 0% humidity. It's wonderful. And it ruined me. But I do like the desert. Let's see here. Scooter, your tolerance will change this season when you're back on the slopes 2 times a week. Yeah, if I can get out there 2 times a week, and that's what I plan. Like, I can get away from the computer now 2 times a week from the HQ. I can go out on Sunday. That's, top post day. That can go out on autopilot. And Wednesday, usually the podcast day, I set this website on autopilot. So I should be able to do that again. I should. But like I say, Ski Rex Media formats might be changing, might be growing, might be just being different, being a little more fluid with the written versus the video versus the social media, because Ski Rex Media, the media means all kinds of media. I'm trying to get everything. And, things might change. So I might be able to get out 2, maybe 3 times a week. Who knows? And again, with stuff like Suicide 6 is 25 minutes away. That's nothing. Shit. I could get out there, ski most of the day, and still get back here in time to do a full day's worth of written stuff if I wanted to. So we will see. But, yeah, man, I got to work on that cold tolerance. But that's all right. I have the clothes for it, too. I have base layers and stuff like that. It's going to be wonderful. I am taking, what's this, Trav? It was chilly that chilly summer that year. It really was. And then that winter wasn't bad. And then 18-19 winter was huge. 18-19, it snowed every week. In this area, it was snowing every week. We had fresh snow every 3 to 4 days. It was something else. But I'm going to take Rob's advice. When we go to big snow, I'm only wearing the hoodie. He said the hoodie's fine. 28 degrees inside is a lot different than it is outside, and there is some truth in that. I've worked in walk-in freezers, and let's be honest, big snow is just a giant walk-in freezer. Speaking of technology and snow, did you all, the 3 people who are watching, did you check out that quick written piece I did about that joint that's going to open up in Florida in November? Outdoor sledding tubing park with snow, apparently, in Dade City, Florida. That's just north of Tampa. I looked it up. I didn't know that. I looked it up. Not the best with Florida geography. I've only been to Florida twice, and then only once for more than like 20 minutes. Literally, we drove from New Jersey to the Florida border and then back. That's exactly what we did. It was a geocaching trip. Ski Rex Media, definitely pro geocaching. Now, how do you have real snow outside in Dade City, Florida? Now, I read a lot of what they had, the information that they had on their website. I had no idea about this place, so I wasn't able to get on any media list or any of this stuff. I hadn't heard of it till the other day, and I only heard about it the other day because they're talking about how it seems they're still going to have their November opening. Like, they've been able to continue construction, and they're going to open in November as they planned. Awesome. How the hell do you do it? Oh, yes, Tim is going to be asking them some questions. In fact, I'm hoping to get a representative on the podcast to talk about that, because I know it's not skiing, but it is still tubing and sledding. Plus, they have like a part called the Snow Dome where kids can go play in the real snow. And again, that's easy. I know how that works. That's big snow, American dream. It's big, giant walk-in freezer, and you just blow snow in it, and it's fine, you know. But outside in Florida, tubing on real snow. Like, I don't think it's a plastic hill. I think it is a legit snow hill. Maybe that was my mistake. Maybe it is a plastic hill, like I can never remember Snowflex in Virginia, down there in whatever town that is in Virginia. But that's all plastic. You know, plastic hill. But I think this place in Dade City, Florida, I don't get it. There's technology or voodoo or magic or something going on there. Maybe real good prayer sessions, and maybe God is handling it. I don't know. I don't know how it's done, but I definitely want to see it. And then if it's as cool as it could be, and I don't mean that as a pun. I mean, if it's awesome, I got a reason to head down to Florida. We'll get the Partridge Family bus and we'll head on out. We'll head down to Florida and see what's the what. What do you think about that? It's been the hour. It is 9 o'clock, and the hour is what we usually do for this program, and I think we will close it out at that so I can also go and inform the winner of the Indy Pass. I almost said Easy Pass. That's for toll roads. The Indy Pass, I can inform the winner, and I can get that squared away and taken care of. What do you say, guys? Was it a good program? Was it not a good program? Is Rob going to be happy with the replay? I hope so. Please hit the like, guys, before you leave. I've had 3 concurrent viewers almost the entire time and only 1 like. Did we not like the program? Did we not liking it? Did we like it? Did we not like it? I actually liked this one so far. Once I check out the replay, I'll decide if I really liked it, but I like this one. So thank you for joining me, everyone. If you were here and you haven't subscribed to Ski Rex Media on social media, please do so. It's Ski Rex Media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's the same. You can find it. It's very easy to find. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed, please. That way you can get the live stream when I do them, and there's the video version of the podcast, which is now also available on IGTV. Season 2 is available on IGTV for Instagram users, and then there's skirexmedia.com. And then obviously you can see at the bottom of the screen there's the on the bottom of the screen, the shameless plug bar. The social media accounts are to this side, and then the money is to this side, the merch and the Patreon site. So you can check all that stuff out. Thank you for checking out the program tonight. I'm about to go outside where it's cool and hit the jump rope for a little while, get that workout going, get that heart rate, then come inside and watch a movie and go to bed and set up tomorrow on autopilot. What do you say, kids? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, Wednesday will be a new recorded podcast, and I think that's it. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, everyone. Thank you. Good night.